Hello, my beautiful wildflowers. Alexis here from Haute Modesty. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, I'm finally getting to the palette video. So I know there's a couple of you who's requested this video, and so I'm going to be showing you the palettes that I own. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Okay, everybody, here we go. This is a heck of a trip, and I hope it doesn't take us too long to get through it because I do have a lot of palettes. And the way I organize this to the best of my ability here is to do it by the company. And the reason why I did that is because I do own certain number of palettes by certain companies, and I thought that'd be the best way to do it instead of going back and forth. And usually these companies stick to the same size packaging too, and so how I have it in the drawer usually is because they're kind of stacked nicely together, so they kind of live that way anyway. And so without further ado, let's get started. And in the first actual company I want to talk to you about is Urban Decay. I know you guys have heard of Urban Decay. They're very popular. And actually, this is the palette that started my journey into really loving makeup and really trying to play with makeup. And back then, I'm going to say this came out in 2010. And this is the very first edition, the first run of palettes. And so this is the original formula before they changed it. And instead of having the brushes in here, they used to have the eyeliner. And so let me show you, this is the original palette, and as you can see, it's well used, and I don't use it anymore because it is 10 years old. And the reason why I saved it is because of sentimental reasons. Like I said, this is the palette that got me started on the makeup and, falling in love with playing with colors and everything else. And so as you can tell, I was not very adventurous. You can tell by the colors, right? I'm very neutral and very, warm colored person. And so, a couple of things, you could tell. These taupe color here in brown were well used, but rest of it pretty much not. But the thing is, with time, I became more, I guess, adventurous. And so that's that. But I will tell you, though, I do own the brand new one, and this is actually the very last run before they stopped making them. So I do have a brand new palette here, and by this time you see they use brushes instead of the eyeliner. So here's actually a one that I haven't touched yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably play with, start playing with this. I've been kind of reluctant because it is brand new, and so, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and break into that. Okay, so moving on. I'm going to try to put this in order. The second one is the Naked 2 palette. Came out shortly after, well, not shortly, but came out after the original one. And this one, I didn't use as much because I really didn't love the colors as much. I don't know why, but here it is. It looks brand new, right? But I am going to have to start. I'm glad I'm doing this video because I'm going to have to start using these things because it's kind of sitting in my drawer doing nothing, and that's not good. Okay, so that's that. And at the end of this video, showing you what I have, I will let you know what my top 5 palettes are and what my 5 least favorite and why that is. Okay. And this is Naked 3 going right down the line. As you can tell, I love the Naked series. It's not so much that, but I'm one of those people that are very loyal to brands. And Urban Decay was one of the first brands that I really got into. And so to this day, I remain loyal to them. And so here it is. And this actually got the most use across the spectrum because I love, love, love this palette. I know there's people out there that don't love this palette, but I really like it. I like the color story of it. I think it's beautiful. And I mean, it's one that I've went back to the most out of all of my Naked palettes, and I still do. So that's that, number 3. And then there was no number 4, right? But I'm not really sure which came next, but I'm gonna take a chance to say it was either the Cherry or the Heat. So this is the Naked Heat, and you recently should have seen a tutorial on this, kind of like a get ready with me, you know, the Wednesday quickies that I do, and I use this one here, as well as the Honey palette. And so again, I gotta pull the brush out so it doesn't fall. Beautiful, beautiful color story. This one is actually pretty new, and so I recently got this not too long ago, so it's not unused, not because I don't love it, because this is the one that I probably like the most right now out of all of the Naked series, but it's because it's pretty new. Okay, that's that. And moving on, and this is the Naked Honey. And this is, I think, one of the newer ones. Yeah, I'm going to say it's one of the newer ones, because I really haven't kept up and gotten them as soon as they came out. So I don't know which order it came out in, but I do like them. And because I wasn't going to get this one, because yellow and golds don't look really good on me. And even though I am neutral undertone, the yellows kind of make me look yellower, you know, because I do have kind of like an olive undertone. So here it is. But I do like this. I do like this. This too, like I was just saying, I did a get ready with me using this one as well. And moving on. And this is another one that I really, really like because I love pinks and reds. Here it is, and like this too is pretty much a newer palette, so it hasn't been used a lot, and plus I'm trying to use as much as possible, and you'll understand as I go along the way why all of these aren't used even more, because I think I do eyeshadow every day, but I'm using a different palette every day. So in the outside, I don't know if I showed you the outside of this. There you go. And this is, I mean, I love the color story on this. And I really do like the single themed color stories instead of having different things, you know. I mean, I just like it like that. Okay. And, you know, I have brushes in every one of these, so weird. Ultraviolet. Oh, I should show you the outside again. This is the Ultraviolet by Urban Decay, Naked Ultraviolet. This one here is probably the most adventurous of all of the Naked palettes, because the colors are really fun, and I actually did play with it a couple of times, and it's not in my comfort zone, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, especially these glitters and things like that. The metallics, I like metallics, I like dual tone, I like frosts and all that, but I do not like glitter. It's because they fall out everywhere, and it's just, yeah, it's not my thing, but I've been trying to use it more on the more like when I'm at home playing with it. I don't go anywhere with it, of course, so that's that. And but I love the color story on these Naked palettes. And another thing, as far as Urban Decay, their formula is so good. Well, it used to be one of the best when it began. I mean, this is before you had Natasha Denona, before you had Pat McGrath, and before you had Wayne Goss come out with his formula. So I mean, it's before all of that, right? It was pretty much 3 companies I remember back when I started playing with makeup. That was either MAC, Urban Decay, or Makeup Forever, and then everything else was kind of sort of out in the you know, outskirts of it, like Too Faced, Benefit. All of those weren't as big as they are today, and so the formula was really, really nice. I like the original formula. I think it's changed over time, but it's still a very good formula, especially for the price point. That's the thing, right? It's what you get for the price, and I mean, it's highly pigmented. A lot of people argue with me on that as far as like some of the newer palettes, and I tend to see why that is, but yeah. And here it is. This is one of my favorite palettes. It's the Urban Decay Ultimate Basic. In other words, these are all mattes. At one point in my life, I let, you know, the influencers and people talk me out of loving like dual tones and metallics, because in frost, because they said, well, you're getting older and you should just use mattes. And so I started buying everything matte, and I really regret it now, really listening to people, because I enjoy sparkly things. I enjoy dual tones, especially, and metallics. Like I said, not so much glitter, but you know, and then so when I look at this, even though this is a beautiful palette, it just seems like it's missing something. You see, it just looks so flat, but it's still something that I can use along with my metallics, because now the it's done the opposite, right? I mean, almost every palette I see out there now has more metallics than it has these mattes, and so I can use the mattes out of these, and so that's good. Yeah, yeah. And so that is that. And moving on with the NYX Naked Palette, and this one here is called Urban Decay On The Run. And I also have Born to Run, but this is On The Run. This is an older one as well. This came out maybe 5 years ago, and I've had it for a while. And the thing is, it's not just eyeshadow. And also had here, it had lip gloss, but the lip gloss is used and gone now. And so it has, oh wow, I never used the mascara, as you can see. It's still here. Whoops. There's a mascara. It's still sealed, actually. It's sealed. And also the eyeliner never got used because I have separate ones. And so as you can see, this has got the this has blush, it has a bronzer, and it also have a highlight, and it has the kind of a neutral color scheme there. And again, you're probably saying, but it doesn't look used. You're right, it wasn't. I use it once or twice, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is nice, and then I move on. I shouldn't do that. So I think what I'm gonna do is start to really using some of these and getting back to, you know, working with that. Okay, and last but not least from Urban Decay, I think, because unless I find another one in a drawer in there, is my Born to Run palette, and this is my newest palette. And this one, I think I used one time so far because it is new to me. I just recently bought it. And so that's that. And of course, they have a beautiful big mirror and beautiful color story. I mean, this it really is a beautiful color story. And the thing is, there's a color, I mean, the spectrum is from beginning to end, right? I mean, you have the palest of colors here and to the darkest of colors here, and then everything in between. So I really like this palette, and if I were to keep the one palette that's probably the most variations, would be this one from Urban Decay, that is. Okay, alrighty. All right, so on to next. Give me a second. Okay, guys, I wasn't finished with Urban Decay. You remember I said if I go into the drawers and I find somebody else, or something else? I did. I forget about these little things. My cute little palettes. How can I forget about them? Look, this is my Urban Decay, the Petite Heat. And this is the smaller version of it, and it also only has mattes in it. So that's that, and these are all contained in the bigger palette, but this is actually all mattes. Okay, and Naked Basics, another one, okay? And again, these are ones all mattes, as you can see, okay? And this is actually from the first version. You'll see these come out of the very first original ones. Okay, ooh, that was my stomach. I hope you guys didn't hear that. It's hungry time. Okay, and then next one is Naked 2, which is again the basics. And let's see, and I really, really love this one color here, and I forgot the name of it. What was this thing called? Stark. And Urban Decay is so smart because they'll never produce a single of this because people continue to buy, you know, the whole palettes for that one single, and I just won't do it. Now I wish they would sell it because I love this color. Oh my gosh, that was perfect. And so that's that. Now I think that's it. Okay, let me go ahead and put this up and bring in the next set. Okay, company number 2, and this one's a pretty small you know, collection of it. Only because majority of them I actually recently shipped to my daughter. I think I sent her maybe 8 or 9 palettes by this company, and that's Tarte. And let's get started. And this is the original Tartlet, and I've had this one for a while as well. And this is still on the market, and it's still a very good eyeshadow. And I love I love their mirror. It's fancy how it comes. But these are pretty much, I think they're all mattes, aren't they? Yes. These are all mattes, and it's a beautiful palette with a beautiful color story. There is warm and cool tones as well. So this is a very nice versatile palette. So that's that. Okay, next one is my Tarte Lil Juicy. And then instead of me buying the whole big palette, which is I think has 12, I decided to go ahead and buy the smaller ones, which only has 9. And the one thing that they get rid of in all of these that I don't ever use is black. And so that's, you know, people use them for like eyeliners and stuff, and I don't. So I said, you know what, I don't even need it. So I just gone ahead and got the smaller ones. And actually buying 3 of them is the price of buying 1 of the full-size ones. Okay, and so, and these are brand new, by the way. So here's the color story on that one. Beautiful. I love this color story. My favorite colors are here, and I really like the pinks, and I like the mauves, and I like the cranberries. I just think they're so beautiful. So that's that. And, you know, I'm sorry I'm going so fast, but you gotta realize I have a lot of palettes. So, and then the next tartlet is the Lil Toasted. And so this actually is the, again, same thing. It's a smaller version of the bigger Toasted. And it doesn't have the black in it and a couple of other colors. It's missing like 3 colors from the original, but these are the best, 9 best that the people love. And so here it is here. As the name says, toasted. Doesn't it look so toasty? I love this. I really do love this. And like I said, they're brand new because I bought them as a set of 3 for $49 actually. And they came like this, see? And so, and instead of buying, and it's at it's at Ulta in case you're interested. And this one here is very popular right now, and it's called Tartlet and Bloom, but this is Lil Bloom. And again, okay, and this is more of your neutrals. And beautiful, beautiful. I love this. I love the shimmers, and you know, I love these shimmers and this neutral, I mean, taupe color, skin color, not taupe, that's like skin color. And so that is that. And so this is my newest collection, actually, of Tarte. But let me show you something else. Okay, here we go. This is the Tarte. This came out in the holiday season. I'm going to say about 8 years ago. Yeah, I know, right? Oh, and another thing too, in the next video, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to preserve this makeup and to keep it bacterial free. There's a way to do that. And I'm going to share with you on how to stay safe with your makeup and show you some of the really bad like conjunctivitis and some infections that people end up getting because they keep their makeup too long and they don't actually take care of it. So, you know, as a nurse, I see this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do a video on that. You know, just a little sidebar. Sorry. Okay, so here it is. This is also Tarte, and they came like this. Ooh. And then you see, as you spread it, there's like more colors underneath. And this came out, like I said, in a holiday about 8 years ago. I'm getting ready to ship this off to my daughter because I don't need it. And I've been keeping it actually pretty well preserved. And even though it's been minorly used, I use them, but I also been sanitizing this as well over time. And then on the bottom drawer, there is the pencils. These pencils probably have to be thrown away. They're probably not good. But then again, it may surprise you if you sharpen it, expose the parts that haven't been exposed yet. So, okay, that is my Tarte collection. So, hold on. Okay, I'm back again. You know what, you guys? It's not making any sense for me doing by company. I thought it would, but I'm missing them here and there. So I'm just going to do it by drawer. I'm going to empty one drawer at a time, and then I'm going to sit down with the stuff in front of me, go over it, put it back, bring back another drawer, okay? So you're going to be seeing, you know, mix and match, even though I didn't intend on that, okay? So, sorry. Because, again, Tarte. So here's a Tarte, and this is about, I'm going to say this is at least 5 years old, and this is like so beautiful. Look at this. This was the Amazonian clay introduction, and so this is the blush, which I do have and use, and have used like a whole container of separately from this of the Amazonian clay. And then you have the highlighter here. And then you have the, I guess this is bronzer. I wouldn't say this is a concealer. It's too light for that. Concealer? Not concealer. Oh my God. Contour. And this is not a contour. This is more like a, you know, give yourself a nice went to the beach look. Okay. And so there is various different mattes here and also some frosts. Okay. And this is actually pretty good. I like it. It's the Amazonian Clay Makeup. And it's still, I still have this paper that goes over it that has the names of the colors. And also, yeah, I like to keep it kind of clean this way. And so when I close it, it'll be like that. Okay, again, from Tarte. This was another holiday version of it. And I don't remember when this was. And really, I need to put dates on these. I put dates on like things like creams, mascara, and I keep all of the boxes in a drawer so I know when they expire, because those are kind of scary stuff. But like this stuff, they last forever as long as you're spraying it and you're sanitizing it. So, and keeping it clean. And so again, I always keep this. And then, oh, here's a brush. I gotta pull the brush out so it doesn't fall out. Okay, and here it is. And I really, really loved this palette when it first came out and I was playing with it. My favorite two colors were actually this rust color here and this kind of like a purplish color here, like lilac with frost. And so I really liked it. It doesn't look like I used it much because you can still see the words Tarte on it. So, okay, that's that. So that is the last two Tarte, I think. And then so next, I'm going to go ahead and go in for the double exposure. And this is by Smashbox. And they came out with this several years ago. And this is the one where they advertise as you can do it wet or you can do it dry. And then so that's why they call it double exposure. Comes with a beautiful mirror. And here is the sheet that comes with it and tells you what it looks like when it's, you know, dry. And if you apply it wet, it looks like that. So if you look at the like that little picture of the water drop, it's supposed to show the color. So very vivid. I don't think I used it much, did I? Yeah, I think I swatched it and that's about it because I swatched it with water. You can drop the water on here and then you can use it. And you could tell you I did that to this one here. And so I haven't really used it. I'm not a big Smashbox person. And as you'll see, I have mini palettes by them, but I don't, this is the only big one I have by them. Okay. And then okay, the next one is Kat Von D, and she has recently changed the name of her company to KVD Vegan. And so, but this is her Interstellar, and I think she still sells this palette. And this is actually, yeah, it's pretty good. But again, the colors are very dark, and I think when I bought this, I was in that place in my life where, you know, I like things that are dark and I kind of, you know, was playing with those type of colors. But I don't use it a lot. This is another palette that I'll probably end up sending it to my daughter because I don't use it. Yeah, it's a shame because they have pretty colors. And also, you know, there's nice highlighter colors and there's a nice, I guess this is more like a contour and a light contour. So that's that. Okay, and next, okay, and these have not been touched at all because my intentions originally when I bought these is to buy them as a giveaway. And this is by Revolution. And this is a palette. Oh, I can't even open it because it's got a tape on it because I haven't opened it. But the case looks really scratched up. So I don't know if I want to give it away because it's been sitting in the drawer. And this is only like 2 months old, actually. It's not that old. I got it from Ulta. And it's been kind of shifted around, blah, blah, blah. I think it was already scratched up when I bought it. But I didn't think it was that bad. And same thing with this one here. This is a Revolution Pro palette. Also haven't touched it. And this one I don't think came with tape, did it? No, it didn't. So, okay. Has it been swatched? No, it wasn't swatched, but I remember there's a piece that's broken there. And I was thinking, oh my God, I can't give away something that's got a little nick in it. So I kept it. So that's that. And I wanted to try Revolution. I actually have a smaller palette. What did I do with it by Revolution that I did try? And actually, they have very nice color stories. Not only that, the texture is very nice. And I was very surprised for the price of these things. So that's that. Along the same lines, here we go. We have Mophie. I think everybody is familiar with Mophie. Mophie, we hear, I don't know where everybody is from. That's, you know, my wildflowers are all over the place. But in California here, we do have a Mophie store. And I know some states don't, but I think a lot of them do now in the malls. So anyway, so that's that. Has a beautiful, I still have this, but I do use this. I have used this. It comes with a beautiful mirror, big mirror. And let me try to cover that up. And as you can see, again, my favorite neutral colors. And I haven't used it a lot, but I did use it twice maybe. So I need to go back into this. So, you know, it's just so much out there that I want to try. So, yeah. It doesn't get used. Okay, and next, you know what? Should I go to Too Faced? No, I'll go to MAC. Okay, MAC. As I was saying before, MAC was like my staple. It was MAC, Urban Decay, and Makeup Forever. And I fell out of love with Makeup Forever, so I gave it all away. I don't know what happened. Something happened when I'm like, you know what? I don't want it anymore. But MAC is something that I've been brand loyal to for many, many, many years. I think longer than Urban Decay, actually. I'm going to say I've been loyal to them for about over 20 years, or whenever they really came out. And so these are your build your own palettes, actually. These are pro palettes for professionals. Actually, I started out on YouTube many years ago, about when YouTube first started, and that's when you were just shooting it, and then you got what you got. You didn't have editing or anything like that. And so I was actually doing videos back then, but yeah, this is another life. And so they're all down, so that account doesn't exist anymore. And that's where I got, you know, I was getting discounts from MAC, a professional discount at that time. My daughter was little, and she was my little model that I would put makeup on. But she wasn't that little; she was a teenager, and so yeah. And so here's a beautiful color story. And like I said, this is not a palette that it comes like this. I built these palettes, and so you buy them as singles. And the next, also MAC palette, and this is more of, don't ask me how I got, and you know what is the idea of putting these colors together. I have no idea. It just randomly in there. It's whenever, you know, mood struck me. And then when I would work with these MAC palettes, I would have them all open anyway, and then I would pick one here, pick a color here. So that's the way it is. Okay. And the formula on these are really nice. The mattes are a little bit more powdery than what's available today, but this is, like I said, the original stuff. And look at this. You would think, you know, these are colors that I'm so intimidated by, but yet I used it a lot, you know, on my daughter, but not on me. So, you know, I need to really think about playing with this, and I mean, creating fun things just for fun, you know, in the springtime. Who cares, right? I mean, as long as I'm having fun. Again, I think this is my last one. I had about 12 of these that I built, and I sent majority of them to my daughter recently. And there it is. And this is one that's more of a neutral tone, nudes, and I really like these colors. And I think I started out with this palette, you know, and so that's that. So those are my MAC palettes. Okay, moving on. Next is this one here. Okay, this is, I don't know if you guys remember or do realize every year there is a Pantone color that comes out. It's introduced into makeup, into walls, you know, whatever, wall paint, and whatever that requires color, right? It's called Pantone. So if you look up like the Pantone color of 2010, you'll come up with something like this, right? Which is an orchid color. I don't think it's 2010, but I just make that up. But Sephora used to say it's Sephora and Pantone. So they used to come out with a nice palette every year for the color that it is. And so this too has my guard, and I actually recently used this. This is a huge mirror. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. How am I gonna hide that? Yeah, okay. You're gonna see like you're gonna see my mess on my table. Okay, so here's the colors. And as you can see, they're sectioned off and some kind of way. And I love this color. This was the Pantone color of that year. And this is, I mean, this is so very nice. And so that's that. And I still do use that one though, like I said, and I like it. I recently rediscovered this palette. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Okay, I think you've seen this recently. Yes, I've already released that video for IPSY. And so this is a Nyx Cosmetics. And so I did decide to go ahead and keep this one, the Celestial Storm, only because I want to play with it. And I'm very curious about the formula. And I want to be able to speak about the formula. And I don't have anything else owned by them. So this is as you remember seeing this. I'll go ahead and actually use this on one of the try-ons along with the everything else I received from IPSY. Yeah. And then the next one is this. You also seen this one, but this is going to go to the giveaway. I just haven't put it away. And so this is the Sweater Weather palette. And this is actually, there you go. And this is also by Nyx Cosmetics. Okay. And also, I'm going to be reaching out to you guys and say, hey, which palette do you want to see given away? Because I have a whole box of them, and I will do another video if I don't have time, and I'm sure I'm not going to have time in this one to show you what which ones, and you guys vote and make a choice, okay? Okay, and this one here is by Bobbi Brown. I love her cosmetics. I really do. Her eyeshadows, not so much, which surprised me because her liquid shadows or her stick shadows, the cream stick shadows are wonderful. But I wasn't happy with this palette at all. I like her, no, let me get the brush out. I like her color story here, and also has, you know, the a highlighter and the blush and everything. I think that's a thing. That's one thing I said to myself, and I won't buy any palette anymore that has face and lips along with the eyes. I'm gonna keep it strictly eye palettes because I don't know why, but it just doesn't ever work out for me like this. So that's that. Okay, I think that is it for now. Give me a second and I am going to put this away and bring the next, next set of, you know what I mean. Okay, guys, I have a leaning tower of Pisa here, so I have to be careful before everything comes crashing down. So, the next I'm going to talk to you about is Too Faced. And as you recall, this is part of the triplicate of the holiday, Enchanted Wonderland. And I did a video on this. And so, if you're interested, I'll go ahead and link that video below, okay? And so this is the one, whoops, yikes. This is the one that I actually did use on the video. And here's the color story. And I do like this color story a lot. And I really enjoy the bright pinks and the beautiful shimmers in this palette. The only thing is, again, blush and highlighter. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to do that again. So that's that. Okay. I dropped that. And next, part of the same collection. This is more of a neutral color. And this is more me, it seems like. But again, I haven't used it. I may give these away. The other two that I didn't use because I'm not really crazy about it. The colors, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's just not, I'm not into gold, so it's not me. So I may just go ahead and give the other two away. The first one that I used and I just showed you, I've already used it, so I'm not going to do that. So here's the other one, which is a third one, and I haven't used this one either. And this is actually more of my colors, but I have so much that are like this, so it's like, I don't really want to dip into the palette just for the sake of dipping into the palette. And so, yeah, I may just go ahead and add these to the giveaways. And the next one here is the Too Faced Neutral Matte. And again, this is kind of like the time frame. I know this is big now, but this has been out for a while. And that's when I really let people talk me into, well, you shouldn't wear anything sparkly. You're too old. And so yeah, no. I'm not listening to those bozos again. So anyway, so I started buying old mattes, and it's like I kind of regret that, you know, because although I do love this palette, and I don't regret it, but I mean, you know, I mean, it's like why am I depriving myself? Darn it! So here it is, and it's actually I like the Too Faced palettes in that they're creamy and they're easy to apply, and they're actually very easy to blend, and these are very good. Too Faced has some really good formula for like beginners and people that don't do makeup a lot. And I know there's a lot of people who like Urban Decay and all that, but those are a little bit harder actually to work with, you know, blending and things. It takes a little more technique, whereas like Too Faced, I mean, they're so user friendly. I really enjoy them. And then I also bought the other one because something inside me is saying, look, it's sparkly, look, it's sparkly, reach for it. And so I got it anyway. So anyway, so there it is. And I do use it, as you can see. And so this is a very nice formula. And think of, oh, what does that smell like? I never knew it smelled like cinnamon. I know theirs always smell good, but it's like, I know I don't put any, this is not skincare. Don't judge me. I hear you guys. Hey, it's got fragrance she's using. But this is different. It's not going into, you know, deep into my dermis. So that's that. So, yeah. Beautiful. And I especially enjoy this color. Can you tell? Yeah. I love this palette. I really love this palette. And then the other one, this is the original one. This is kinda old. I don't know how old it is, but actually I think the CEO, the picture of the CEO is in the back. Yeah, his name is Gerard Blandino, Too Faced founder, naked eye expert. So it's a guy who actually created this, who founded it. There it is. And there's a picture of the dude right there. See? And so what happens is this gets open like this, and it actually comes with, I still own it, a bunch of cards. Okay, and look at the little brush here. It comes with a bunch of cards in here. There's like an envelope part here, and it teaches you actually how to, oh, did I put it back in here? I did put it back in here. It teaches you the different looks, and it's kind of like paint by colors. You know, number 1 goes here, number 2 goes here, number 3 goes here. And then so it has all of these are all color coded in here, but it gives you the name of the colors as well. And so I used it. I mean, as you can see, I did dig into it. I like it. And so, but yeah, this was the very beginning of the Too Faced palette. So yeah, that's that. And so I have, I think, one more Too Faced palette. This is the most recent one. I have not used it because I just bought it. And it's the Pumpkin Spice. And I'm really looking forward to using this because I love the colors in here. Do you want to see the colors in here? Of course you do. Why not? And it smells like pumpkin. It smells like gingerbread, actually. And look at that. Look at this color story. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. And you know what? I really respect this company. I don't know what it is about this company, but it's like, yeah, they make makeup. I don't know. It's very comforting is the word, right? Their makeup. So, okay, that's it for Too Faced. So I'll be right back. Okay. Whew. This is exhausting, you guys. Wow. Okay, so let's get started. Iconic London. Yeah. Pretty new palette. Just got it not too long ago. Actually, I have one in a giveaway as well. This is another one. Because I ended up buying it from the add-ons. Comes with a huge mirror. And I'm gonna cover that up. And look at this beautiful color story here. Isn't it beautiful? I think it's so pretty. Yeah. And so I haven't actually used it yet, so I can't tell you what kind of a formula that is. But from what I understand, it's very nice. So let's see. Oh, and then the next one, this is the one that I got in my recent BoxyCharm. And this is by the Beauty Bakery. And I did a look for you guys on this one. And yeah, I used this one and I did enjoy it actually. I like the color story. It's more of a kind of like a neutrals type of colors here. Nothing, you know, nothing like out there spectacular, but it's nice. It's a nice formula. It's nice and creamy, easily blendable. And their metallics are very subtle, which I really appreciate. And so this one here, actually, I did enjoy, which surprised me because I didn't think I would like it, but I did. And I'll tell you one that I did get and I didn't really enjoy, and I did do a look by it, and it's by, it's called the Urban Garden and Central Park by Laura Geller. It really didn't last. I mean, it has a nice color story. And it actually, you know, I thought the colors were very nice. Look how nice this packaging is, you know. And here it is. And even the flowers that has, you know, it has nice pictures of the flowers. And I use this more than anything else. And again, same cheek and eyes. They don't play together. I don't think I'm going to get ones like this anymore. But it didn't last. I put it on and then within 2 hours, I'm going to say, I looked in the mirror. I'm like, where do my eyeshadows go? Dang, they ran away. Anyway, so yeah. So unfortunately, beautiful colors. They are nice colors, but yeah, not my thing. These are the ones like I'm gonna be how do you call that? Purging my eyeshadows. This will be in the purge. Believe me. I just don't know what to do ever with them, you know, because I'm like, what do I do with them? It's almost like a waste to throw it away, and I can't give it to people because it's been used. So, or been, you know, dipped into. So it is what it is. So my daughter actually has a bunch of friends, and her friends just, you know, she's in her early 20s. So yeah, she can have fun with them. Okay, next, let's go to, no, let's do this one. Another one that you saw me do a look on is Hip Dot. And this was one also from, this one was from, see, I get IPSY and BoxyCharm mixed up. So yes, this was from BoxyCharm. And here it is, beautiful colors. And they're very nice, but you know what? I don't like it. I don't like the texture. I don't like the formula. Even though if you really look at these colors, look really creamy. I don't know. I just can't get it to work well with the mattes. I mean, actually the metallics are nice. They're creamier. But the mattes are kind of like dry. And it's like, man, wait, what's wrong with me? Why can't it doesn't move. What happens is you put the color down and it just doesn't move. And it's like patchy. I mean, it could be, some people love this palette, but you have to remember, we are all created differently. Our skin texture is different. Our needs are different. And so, especially, you know, I have older skin and my texture, I have a little more texture around my eyes than probably somebody 20-year-olds. But I really didn't like the formula, the matte formula on this one. But the other than that, it's nice. It's a beautiful color story. Yeah, so that's that. And now we will go to my Zoeva. And this is the Basic Moment palette. I haven't used it yet. Yeah, I know. Don't judge me. But it's so pretty, right? But it's so neutral. And this is one of those ones that I just want to use when I'm going to be so, like, I want to look so neutral. And just walk around looking so neutral. And my, like, stay-at-home work clothes. Yeah, with my little joggers. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to using it, actually. But I have not used it yet. And I have, I think, three Zoeva palettes that's in the giveaway as well, too. So, that's there. And the next Zoeva palette is called Offline. And I think this was one of my favorite ones here. And it's really nice. Look at this palette. Beautiful, right? I love their colors. And even though it's cardboard, I'm starting to really appreciate it because even though aesthetics is so important. Aesthetics. But also, I can see why these are more friendly for the earth, you know, because it's recyclable. But look at these. Look at this color story. Tell me that's not a beautiful color story. It is beautiful. And, you know, I really enjoy their palettes. I haven't used this one either. And you guys are probably like, why do you have it if you don't use it? I haven't had a chance. Believe me, I have intentions of using this, but I just haven't had a chance because there's so many of them out here. And, yeah, sorry. But once I do, I mean, I actually have so many videos already like uploaded ahead of time because I am using some of this stuff that I get, but I have to really relax and do more. So I'm just gonna throw that plastic away, even though I keep it in plastic, but it's being a pain. Well, maybe I'll put it back later. So, okay, that's that. And next we have another Zoeva, and this one I think is my like the rust colors, the rose, yeah, it is. It's beautiful. But again, I mean, these are kind of sort of like the same colors I have everywhere. Kind of, sort of. Not really, because I don't have like these here. And these definitely I do. But, I really enjoy having a palette that I don't have to worry about, traveling with, that it's gonna break. So this is something I will put in my bag and travel with, and I'll be okay with it. As you notice, I said travel, not on vacation, because I think one of my videos I told you guys I don't do makeup on vacation. Because I'm usually hiking or doing water stuff, and so why put on makeup? I mean, it's like, people that put on makeup to work out. Why? You're just gonna sweat it off. At least I know I do. So that's that. So anyway, so the next one here, I know you guys, now we're getting to the smaller palettes before I get to my fancy palettes, is by Violet Voss, Creme Brulee. And I know you guys saw me doing this one, and I really like this one. I do, and I can't wait to use it again because I do love her formula. And I love her color. And she's got a lot out there. And she's actually in the place of upcoming, makeup in the Sephora. So that's that. So let me just go ahead and put this up. And let me bring me my smaller palettes. And then I'll get to my higher end palettes. Okay? Hold on. Okay. Are you guys back? Let me start that part over. I actually knew that it was going to take a long time to do this video, so I had to connect it, and I hit the wire, and the phone just came flying at me. So that's that. I think I'm just going to go ahead and save that piece for my bloopers, because that was like way too funny. It scared me at the time, but okay. Sorry, as I was saying, what was I saying? Oh yeah. This is a newer MAC. I bought this with the 2020 holiday, collection, but these again are singles. And what I did was I chose I bought the container and I chose these singles. And the reason why I did that is because it's easier for me to get to this, and these are my favorite colors, and so they're all mattes, and that's that. Let's see, and this is one of the last ones here, is by Huda Beauty. I think if you've been watching my videos, you would have saw this at my IPSY opening. And actually, this is the palette I'm going to use to do my demo. Because I don't know how I'm going to title that. Out of comfort zone demo. Because these are colors that I would not ever work with. And one of my wallflowers asked that I do a video using a palette that I am totally out of my comfort zone. And she actually wrote me today and saying, hey, yeah, that totally is it. And so I'm going to go ahead and use this one. Yeah, I think so. That's that. And I lost a little sheet that goes over it, but that's okay. And I think that's it for my, oh no, one more here. And this is a quad by Shiseido. And these are the colors that actually I felt so comfortable with forever. So this is, neutrals. Yeah, it is neutrals. And I think that's it. Oh, no, one more. Oh, yeah. Look at this. This is so cute. It has this fold over mirror. And it's Estee Lauder. I think this was a gimme. Yeah. Okay, now I will go and get my higher end eyeshadow palettes, so that way you can see what I have of that. Okay, hold on. Whew, okay, I think I'm down to the last few. So, but one was hiding though. That's not part of my high-end eyeshadow palette, and that's a KKW one that I recently got. That one that I really like, and this is by Kim Kardashian West Beauty, and this is the one. It's the Classic Blossom, and I really do appreciate her formula. And like I explained in my video, this is actually a very nice palette. And so I like the creaminess of it. The price point is very good for the quality that you get. So yeah, I really enjoy this one. I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this one for sure. Yep. So that's that. Okay, now when I say it's a high-end palette, that means it's a little bit more expensive than your basic palettes out there, and also considered high-end because maybe the way it was formulated, and also the price point. Okay, and some of these are like $125 for a palette type of thing. So let me start with Pat McGrath. Yeah, and let me start with their smallest palettes, and these are actually, this two that I'm going to show you actually was used and actually proven, I tested, I guess, in over 5,000 instances in Fashion Week. And this is what Pat used on the models in Fashion Week, these tones and this formula. And so here's the first one here. And they do have names to them. Let me see. This one is the Sublime. This is the Sublime Colors here, and that's that. And she has the colors in the back, and very nice and creamy. Her stuff is just, you know, top notch, top notch. Okay, and this is if that was Sublime, this one's gonna be subversive. Jeez. Okay, subversive. God, speak much? No. Okay, so that's that. And again, these are the colors that she used and I make up the formula that she used for Fashion Week on the models. Okay, so that's that. And as you notice, I did dip into it, but I haven't really used it. And these are the ones that I would just play around. You know, I don't have to go anywhere. I'm going to try it and see what it looks like. Yeah, that's one of those. Okay, the next Pat McGrath is the... is this the Decadence, Rose Decadence? And it is the, yes, Mothership Eyeshadow Palette. And this is the Rose Decadence. Yep, I get confused. She's got so many of them. And I believe I did a look for you guys in this one as well. This has been a while because I've had this now for since it came out. So here it is. And those are her colors. And her formula is just so wonderful. I mean, it really is. And, you know, you could actually, I did a look yesterday. I was playing and I just started putting it like all over it. The way it was shiny and reflecting light, it was like, wow. It was very nice. And actually, you know, if I were going out or something, it would have been, to a party, it would have been perfect. I mean, it came out so nice. And I used the other palette for that, not this one. Okay, the next one by Pat McGrath is the one that I used yesterday, and this is the Celestial Divinity Mothership, and they come like this. And I try to keep all the sleeves as much as I can just to keep them clean. And so here it is here. And this is the one, her most recent one actually, a large palette. And it's not like, the thing about this one is that this is not her typical palette. Because this one was only $79. Her typical palette is, I think, $125, $129, but they come, the aesthetics of it is like incredible, and the weight of it is incredible because the glass used in the mirror is incredible, everything else about it. But this one, because she made it affordable for people, it's not as aesthetically pleasing. And here it is. You know what I love about her is that she actually puts like a saran wrap thing on the mirror, so you don't have to actually take it off. And here it is, and this is the one that I used yesterday to do my look, and very beautiful colors. The formula, no difference between this $79 palette versus the $125, $129 palette. The formulas are the same, which I was afraid of, and and I watch another influencer. I love her. She is great. Her name is Patty Alonso, and if you ever have a chance to see her, she does such great work. I mean, she should be a makeup artist. She's not, but I mean, she's really good like that. I mean, she did a review on this as well, and then I was kind of reluctant to buy this until I saw her review, and I'm like, okay, good, as long as there's no compromise in the formula, because I can deal with this container being like this, but not if the formula is different. And so, okay, and the other, I actually have another 2 coming in the mail. Has not come yet, but yeah. Okay, this one here, again, Pat McGrath, and this one is, I always get confused which is which. I believe this is the second one. This is the Divine Rose 2, yes, because I wasn't really crazy about Divine Rose 1. Yeah, the colors, I wasn't really nuts about that, so I like this one. You see how it's nicely packaged. Not only that, I mean, look at this, and it's very heavy. And oh, jeez, whoo! So and look at this, the aesthetics of this. This is metal actually, and then look at the front of it. I mean, and it's very heavy, very heavy. And I can imagine sitting here holding it while I'm putting it on. But look at the mirror, how it's cut. You know, yeah, yes, beautiful. And here it is. Beautiful colors. And my favorite is this one here, the dual tone, the pink. Okay, and I need to work with this a lot more because I think I used one color out of the dual tone one and then said, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna save it. And so here it is. And I will be doing more looks with this one. And what I like about this is that she puts the color right in here. See? Beautiful. And it's well worth the $125, $129 actually, because it's just you don't get eyeshadow of this quality a lot. And you know, R&D is expensive, and I can tell you, being in medicine, when there's research and development costs, it's very high. And if she is putting that kind of money into research and development to bring us this kind of quality, I'm willing to pay for it. That's that. Yeah. And then I think that's it. Like I said, I have 2 more in the mail by Pat McGrath. And so that's it for now. And let's move on to, let's do a commercial break because I only have one of these. Laura Mercier. I like her. I love her the Caviar Stick, which is her cream eyeshadow. I love those a lot. And you know, I never used her powder eyeshadow before, so I said, you know what, let me give it a try. Again, her stuff too is heavy. Very nice palette. Look at the aesthetics on this. It's so gorgeous. I love it. And then and here are the colors, and the mirror is beautiful. And there's the plastic cover in here. And here it is there. And beautiful colors again. Yep, it's brand new. I haven't used it. I have to. I was going to use it today, and then I decided to use this Wayne Goss instead. Speaking of that, where's my Wayne Goss? Where's my Wayne Goss? Oh, there it is. Okay, so that's that. And very nice. I mean, she has very nice stuff, so I'm imagining that this is going to be one of my favorites. Okay. And next, I'm running out of room. Okay, next, let's move on to Natasha Denona. Oh no, let's wait, because I have one more MAC here. I forgot about that. The Lonesome. You saw me do a recent, this is the Holiday 2020 palette. You saw me do a demo on this one, a tutorial on this one. Again, feels like leather, beautiful rose gold color accents. Beautiful mirror, and the colors are gorgeous. So formula is beautiful. I like it. And you know, MAC has been around a long time. It's a proven formula. It's not as creamy, like I said, like Pat McGrath or Natasha Denona, but it's still very good. Okay, let's move on now to Natasha Denona. Oh, man, it's a long video. I'm so sorry. You guys asked for this. Darn it. It's okay. I'm kidding. Okay, so let's go to Natasha Denona. And I'm going to start off with these 2 palettes. And this is the very famous Zando, the mini Zando. And this is, I wore this yesterday, and this is so gorgeous. And these 2 are ones that I'm going to be reaching a lot because they're simple, they're versatile. And look at the creaminess on this. You can see the creaminess on this. And I have never used eyeshadow that blended so well together as Natasha Denona. Of all of the things you see that I showed you today, the best blending, especially between not just the metallics, but also the mattes. Her mattes are so creamy. I'm like, my goodness. Well, let me swatch one for you that's actually going to show up pretty good, because I just want you to see how creamy this is, okay? In case you don't have it. Oh my God, this is just so creamy. And then, let's see. Look at this. So creamy. And that's a matte. And that's just me, that's it. Just once. So gorgeous and so easy to blend. And her stuff, like I said, I mean, is one of my favorites. And so, yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking for more palettes from her. And what I'm excited about, and I hope I get it, is that the miniature one, the mini palette, actually the fall palette, I think it's called the Park, is going to be in the base box of BoxyCharm. BoxyCharm? Yeah, BoxyCharm. So I'm really looking forward to it. BoxyCharm, the owner, he ordered 1 million of them. And so, but not everybody's going to get it. So I hope I get it because I really love her stuff anyway. So yeah. Okay, so moving on. Here is her Tropic palette. And this is so bright. And I just bought this because, you know, it's out of season. This was a $129 palette, and it was on sale for almost half price. It was like $69 on sale. But look at the aesthetics on this. You know, I get it. The season is over. Summer is over. But guess what? It's coming back. And so next year, yep. Springtime, yep, I'm on it. But look how nice. Look at the color. You see the color? I mean, look at the aesthetics on this palette. I mean, it's like gorgeous. And so let me share with you the colors. Look at this. Yeah. Beautiful, right? And half price, yeah, mine. So I gone ahead and jumped on it and got this, even though I'm not going to use it now because the colors are pretty much springy and summery. Spring and summer, I mean, God willing, we'll be back. So yeah, that's that. And still, I mean, beautiful colors. I love this colors. And here is my last Natasha Denona, right? Yeah, is this one here. And this one is the Glam Palette. And I really, really, really like this one. And I'm actually getting ready to order her, which palette is that? Sunset and Sunrise palettes, because they're beautiful. Because I do have the Sunset palette here. Yeah. The mini one, I want the whole one. I just want to test out the formula, and it's so gorgeous. Okay, so here is her Glam palette. Again, beautiful. Look at this. Look at the gold trimmings on this one. Yeah? So beautiful. And here are the colors. Huh. Yeah. So there it is. Beautiful. Her stuff is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, and next I'm gonna go ahead and share with you Huda Beauty. I ended up in my palette, my MAC, although I don't consider Huda Beauty a high-end. It just ended up that way. So this one here is the Nude Huda Beauty, and have I used it? Nope, not yet. I will though, because I have her miniatures. I've used her miniatures, the smaller ones, but this is the my first big palette. And so here it is. And you know what I like about it though? Look at this. When you open it, the cover is like this. Yeah. Nice, right? So that way you can cover your mirror like that. So look at these colors, beautiful. I don't know if you're aware about Huda. Actually, she just stepped down as CEO. They brought in another CEO. And so I think she's focusing on other things, but she is no longer the face of, or the CEO of Huda Beauty. So I think there's a video where she's explaining why that is. And so, yeah, I would watch it if you're interested in her cosmetic line. So that's that. And I was going to go ahead and get some other larger palettes, but I don't know. We'll see, because, I mean, her formula is good, and the price point is good. I'm hoping it doesn't go up now that somebody else is taking over, because there's no way they can compete with, like, Natasha Denona quality yet, as far as what they have out. It's different, two different animals, okay? So that's that. Okay, the next one, which I am wearing today, is Wayne Goss, the Luxury Eye Palette and Imperial Beauty. And the reason why I got this is he specifically formulates his things for mature skin and not of 20-year-olds. And, you know, it's more... it's easier to apply with higher pigment. I couldn't believe it, because this was the first time I watched his video recently, and he's talking about how the cosmetic industry and ageism, they cater to the 20-year-olds, and yet they don't cater to your older women, 40 plus. And why is that? Doesn't make any sense, because who can afford high-end makeup? Surely not the, you know, majority of 20-year-olds, but people who are established, women who are 40 plus, right? And so he started developing his makeup. And so I was so impressed with what he had to say and about how he formulated his makeup, his cosmetic, that I actually, even his brush set, and he sends it out to Japan to have it made, because of it's for Asian skin. And so it's his story really made me buy this, and to see, is it really true what he says? Is it really higher pigmentation with less, you know, having to, you know, really work at it? And after using this today, again, beautiful. Oh, it's it's like it's dirty now. After using this today, I have to say, yeah, what he said is true. I can believe the pigment on it. I just actually, you know what's funny? These are made for older people, but they're hard to get into. So, but it's the aesthetics on this is the palette is beautiful. And look at look at the size of the eyeshadows. I love this, and this is all I need. I mean, I don't want like teeny tiny ones. This is beautiful on a day-to-day. And I actually put this here in my crease, and I'll tell ya, I used as much as I usually do with all the other makeup. I took my brush in a crease brush, and I kind of went tap, tap, tap. I went in, it was like, oh my God, look at the pigmentation on that. And then I didn't have to re-dip. Usually I have to re-dip once or twice. I mean, once or twice, twice or three times, and just, you know, work it. The pigments on this was incredible. I was like, oh my God, he did tell the truth. And, well, not like I doubted him, but, you know, I mean, as perception is different, right? It may just seem like, I mean, the word a lot or deep may be different for my interpretation than it might be for yours. And so, but when he says there's, you know, a lot of pigment and deep pigmentation, what does that mean? So I know now. Beautiful. I mean, this palette, I love this palette. And so I know I'm going to get a lot of use out of this. And, you know, Wayne Goss, I mean, really check him out. He's been in the makeup industry, cosmetic industry a long time. He's been a long time YouTuber. And you know, he has a lot of interesting things to say and a lot of important things to say. And I really appreciate him. So that's that. And so I like that. And I think the last, am I to the last brand? I think so for now, because I'm not opening any more drawers, okay? Because I'm tired. And this thing is already like an hour, over an hour. Oh my God, hour and a half. I'm going to have to really edit this down. Okay, so the last one is Charlotte Tilbury. And I really like her palettes. I don't know if it's, you know, what it's the hype. I mean, this is actually a special edition because this is the holiday version of it. And this is called the Bejeweled. And this is such a big deal right now. And one thing I do, and look at one thing I do like about this is that she separates them. You know, she separates the little palettes and looks that you can do. This could be one look, that could be a second look, that could be a third look, fourth, and then you can mix and match. But I like how she does that. And so usually she'll say 1, 2, 3. And it's really nice, like Happy Glow 1, Happy Glow 2, Happy Glow 3, and then this will be like a Love Glow 1, 2, 3, like that. So this is how she does it, but her stuff is very nice. I mean, I'm waiting for her Pillow Talk palette, and because I really want it, and it should have been here already, it hasn't come, but that'll be my regular everyday palette type. But yeah, and I have used her stuff before. I just don't know what I did with the other palette. So and it's like my Urban Decay palette where, you know, I used a lot of it. And so in this one here, this is her actual design on a regular one. And this one is called, this one is actually a quad, and this is a luxury palette of pops. And she actually had a good deal. If you spent like, I think, a certain amount of money, you got one of these for free. And so, but this one, no, this one is a Dazzling Diamonds one. This is a new one. I think she's giving away the Pillow Talk one. So here it is right here. Beautiful. And they are beautiful. I need to do a look for you guys on this one. So great formula. So now I am done. And I have promised you the top 5 and then the least 5. And so hold on, I'll be right back. Oh my god, guys, I forgot about this whole drawer. Okay, I'm gonna do them real quick. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Okay, number 1, Nars. I was looking for my 5 favorite palettes. I'm like, where is it? And then I forgot I didn't even show it to you guys. Okay, here is a most recent Nars, and this one is actually called Afterglow. And look at the beautiful color and pigmentation. I love Nars. And this is Afterglow, and the aesthetics of there is beautiful. Okay, and another Nars. This is called a Voyeur, and this is called Suede Voyeur. There it is. Okay, this is the basic small palette. Okay, and this one is called Ignite, again by Nars. And here is the palette, the colors. I'm sorry, guys. I told you it was going to be a lot. Okay, and next is another Nars palette. And this one is called the Extreme Effects. And this is actually the newest one. Okay. And there are the colors. And actually they look alike, but they're no repeats actually. That was the funny part, right? So yeah. And I actually love Nars. And now moving on to, again, Too Faced. Sorry about that. We do have Too Faced still here. This is the original chocolate bar. And here it is. Okay, sorry about that. The phone fell again. I don't know what happened there. Might have been a tremor. Okay, so as I was saying, the original chocolate bar by Too Faced, and there it is. And still smells like chocolate. And this thing is at least 4 or 5 years old. So I really love this palette. Very creamy. Okay, and again, Too Faced. And this is, you saw the look by this one. This is a salted caramel that I recently used for the tutorial. Again, nice caramel smell. Okay, now, okay, this is, I think you've seen this, beautiful aesthetics, right? Beautiful palette. It's by Fenty, and this is the actual bunch of eyeshadows. And so I need to do a look for you using this one because these are very nice, and I really want to use this bright blue. So, okay, soon. Okay, that's my Fenty. And then the last Fenty here I recently got. I don't know if I showed it to you guys, but this is the foil. And you can, I guess these are designed to be able to be used like anywhere, not just eyes, but cheeks, whatever you want to do with it. And this is very beautiful aesthetics again. Look at it. Beautiful, right? And then here is the holographic foil. And this is like so crazy. And this is, if anybody needed Halloween makeup, here it is. So beautiful. But I'm looking forward to playing with it. I really am looking forward to playing with all this. Yeah, they just have to stop coming out with any more. makeup, because then it's like, oh my God, that's that. And so now my last 3 palettes, I think, unless I find another drawer. Marc Jacobs. Okay, and I really love Marc Jacobs stuff. And here's the color in the back, and beautiful container. This is actually the one that came broken, and I think I showed you guys. And this was the color that was shattered. And look, I fixed it with alcohol. Yeah, I fixed it. All you do is add alcohol, you mush it up, and and then you press it again. And look, ta-da! So that's that. I'm happy about that. I thought I was gonna have to throw it away. And here's the other one with the rose gold. This is my favorite container, actually. It's so beautiful. And I did use it. And I think I did a look for you guys on this one as well. Okay. And these are considered a little more high-end Marc Jacobs, I think, but not like, not price-wise, I don't think. And here's the black one, which has got a lot of violets in it. Very nice. And here we go. And I've not used this one yet, and I need to really do a look. I like this one. It looks beautiful. Okay, so I think that's it now. Okay, so let's just run right into my top 5 favorites and why. Okay, my favorite number 1 is it's not just one palette really, because it's more of the brand, is Natasha Denona is number 1. And the reason why is because the user-friendliness of it, the pigmentation of it, and the texture of it. And it's just so buttery, and it's easy to use, easy to blend, and the fallouts are very minimal. Even as highly pigmented and highly glittery and metal-like, the fallout is very minimal on these, which is surprising and very, I think I'm safe to say no kick up on the mattes on these. And so, Natasha Denona, she's got it. This is my favorite, number 1 formula. Okay. And I'm hoping to get more of hers. And I think I'm going to I'm going to be a little more picky, and not just grab everything that shows up, unless I want to try it and just to give feedback to, people. So that's an excuse. Okay, and number 2, and this is a recent number 2, is this Wayne Goss. Why? Because the pigmentation on this is so great. Probably for the same reasons that I love Natasha Denona. I love Wayne Goss, except for the difference is that his formula is not as creamy or buttery, although it is. It's creamy, but I wouldn't call it butter like Natasha's palettes. But they are very, very close. They are very close. As far as pigmentation for the matte though, I'm going to say Wayne Goss's is a lot more pigmented for the amount of pressure you have to use to apply it. In other words, I can just a little bit and you get a lot. And even though you get a lot from Natasha, you need to use a little more firm, I guess, touch. Lack of better explanation. Okay, so this is number 2 for me. And number 3, surprisingly, is actually not a high end, and it is KKW, because of the formula and the color payoff, and how long it lasts on me. And so I really love this formula, and it surprises me because I almost didn't buy it, because when there's a big hype about an actress or a singer or somebody doing something, I don't go with the hype because I don't want to waste my money. But then I started reading about this formula and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it a try and take a chance. And I'm glad I did, because I really do love this formula, and I love the color story in this one. So, yeah. So this is number 3. And number 4, I'm going to have to give it to, I don't know. Number 4, I'm going to have to give it to Pat McGrath, and specifically this palette. Because again, with her, it's the formula and it's the color. The only thing I don't like about it is that her colors are like way out there. And I know there is a market for it, and I don't have to buy it. Anybody can say, well, you don't have to buy it, you don't like it. No, that's true. But I wish it would be a little more of a down-to-earth colors. But then having said that, if that's the case, I could just buy Patricia. I can buy Natasha Denona because that's like, you know, same quality. I mean, same quality. I put them, the quality is the same, but it's a little bit more muted as far as, you know, the colors. So, yeah, number 4. And now number 5 is really hard because I don't know. I wish I didn't say top 5 because I love them all. It's easier to tell you which 5 is my least favorite, but to give you top 5 is hard. But you know what? It's actually a split between Too Faced and Nars. But I have to give it to Nars for the, I'm gonna say the pigmentation, and also the aesthetically. I mean, aesthetics is important to me, and because they're so close on the formula and everything else, well, not really. Yeah, the quality, different formulas, but quality is the same. But aesthetically, I think Nars. I mean, look at this. You know, yeah. So, yeah, versus 10. You know, middle 10. But it's okay because I think it's Nars is, I think it caters to more of a mature audience, whereas this caters to more of a younger audience. But I mean, still good companies. I love Too Faced, but Nars. So my top 5 to review is Natasha Denona, Wayne Goss, KKW Beauty, Pat McGrath, and Nars. And so, yeah, that's that. Those are my top 5. And my 5 least favorites are, hold on 1 minute. I got to go get that because now I have all this other stuff here. Okay, guys. I can't come up with a 5 least favorite because, you know, they're all good. But I can tell you the 3 that if I had the opportunity not to buy for the second time, that I won't buy, that I won't spend my money on, I do have those 3. But the rest, I pretty much would buy them. So, especially for the price point. Now, some of the things, if they were a little more expensive, I probably wouldn't buy it. But because of the price point, I would. And the first one that, I mean, I think the quality is terrible. And I don't like it. And I would never buy it again. Nor will I probably use it, even though it's free. Is this one here. It's, unfortunately, the Laura Geller. I mean, the color did not last at all on me. I don't know if it's it was chalky. It had a lot of fallout. And in a pan, if I were to, if I were to put a brush in a pan, it'll kick up a lot. And so I think this was my least favorite. Yeah, it was my least favorite, unfortunately. So that's that. And then the next one, believe it or not, I didn't, you know, I don't want to say anything bad about it because people loved it so much, is the Hip Dot. Hip Dot. It's not all that in a bag of peanuts, unfortunately. The color story is gorgeous. And it went on easy. But, I mean, if I had to choose of all the things that I wouldn't buy, it would have to be this one. I mean, the color story, like I said, is beautiful, you know. I was thinking about the Beauty Bakery one, but the formula on that is, you know, so decent that I said, yeah, no, I would pay for that one, but not Hip Dot, not Hip Dot. And also, the longevity on this isn't all that great either, if I remember right. I'm gonna have to play with it a little more, and I don't want to be unfair to it because there's a lot of people that are loving it, but it's not for me. On all of these, the opinion that you're hearing here is based on my experience with it. It doesn't mean that somebody else out there this might last on them all day long, you know, into next Tuesday. I don't know. I can only talk to you about my experience with it. Okay, just keep that in mind. And then the next one, which surprises me, I'm saying this, and I really don't want to because I feel like I'm like saying something bad about one of my favorite companies, and I'm not, is yeah, Ultraviolet by Urban Decay. Sad to say that, but yeah, I mean, I think the worst one, I returned it, which was the Stoned Vibes. I really didn't like it, and I never return things, and I returned that one because I'm like, yeah, you know what? This is so not worth the money. And this one's not quite that bad, and beautiful packaging and everything else, but the colors, yeah, I mean, colors are beautiful, but like I said, I did do a look with it, but it wasn't it wasn't anything special. It really isn't. And I have so many other palettes that have the same color story. And yeah, for the price point, it's a little high. So yeah. Yeah, that's it, guys. But I do want to go ahead and go over real quick of the palettes that, well, this is going to be 2 hours long. I don't know how I'm going to cut this down, but yeah, I may have to do it in 2 different sittings. I'm not even sure how long it'll take to load this one. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to do the palettes, the voting of which one you guys want to see in the next giveaway and our next video, okay? So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If I added any value, please hit like. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. And I do apologize that this video is so long, and I'm hoping that I can cut it down a lot. And so, anyway, I don't want to make it any longer than it has to be. So my beautiful wildflowers, thank you so much for spending your time with me. And thank you so much for asking for me to do this video, because now I've discovered so many things. But I know there's still a couple of hidden drawers that I haven't gone in, because I don't want this video to be 3 hours long. So, and I can always do this again. So everybody have a good day. And my beautiful wildflowers, what do I always say? Don't sweat the small stuff. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.